Well, here I am with the rainbow of Leningrad, finishing up breakfast because I just got in from Kazan. Night before last, and had to run some errands. Couldn't go grocery shopping. But gotta say, this fire in Los Angeles, it's really well deserved. It's very symbolic. The town that brought you Schindler's List, instead of telling the real story of my father's people, which was that our people were communists, the Jews were communists, or at least pro-Soviet. Or even, if they were stupid or more Western, they were, pro-socialist, like my stupid grandparents, who used to pray for the victory of Norman Thomas every night. Norman Thomas, who is to the left of Bernie Sanders. The stupid, filthy traders here, that believed in blue jeans and Coca-Cola and democracy, just flushed our country down the toilet 30 years ago. And, if you believe in climate change or catastrophe, which I have for many decades, although, there's, of course, lies and manipulation of these filthy cockroaches, in the capitalist world. The Joel Kovel, funny name that. It was a shtetl in Ukraine where, all of our people were murdered by the friends of Joe Biden, 80 years ago, and the friends of Steven Spielberg. Joe Colville, an eco-socialist writer, in his book The Enemy of Nature, wrote that under Bill Clinton, the most, carbon ever, I believe, was released in, 10,000 years of human history. I think it was 10,000 years of human history in, the first, I think it was 4 years of the Clinton administration. And that wasn't necessarily all Bill Clinton's fault, although he certainly facilitated, or Jimmy Carter, Zbigniew Brzezinski, etc. All those fucking ghouls facilitated that carbon release and the subsequent disaster, if you believe in climate catastrophe, which I kind of do, that, this was a byproduct of capitalism, as Colville, pointed out. And so now, the freaks of Los Angeles, who brought you kind-hearted German Nazi capitalists saving Jews, not, the dirty red Jewish communists like myself, who basically shot, the Polish ruling class, or arrested them at least. History wasn't about them. History was about Jewish Nazis, the Bielski brothers, Donald Trump's in-laws' friends, Jewish Nazis and German Nazis saving Jews. That's history for them, for Hollywood and for Los Angeles and for America and for the European Union, Ursula von der Leyen, and all those other fucking grandchildren of Nazi murderers. Now their town is up in flames, and I'm happy. That makes me happy. I guess there are people who are relatively not guilty in all of this. Maybe, I don't know, but the American masses went along with this system of murder and lies for decades, so I can't feel too sorry. For everyone in Los Angeles, basically. You're a liberal. You went along with the lies and the death, and 15 million here were murdered by the system you collaborated with, and now your city is burning down. And, as Mike Davis predicted, as Oliver Stone's one of his scriptwriters, Mark Gruber, complains. These crazy liberals, and they're crazy. Yeah, they're crazy. They forgot that what internationalism is, if they ever knew. I read a book by a Cuban comrade, where the stupid Anton mayor of Los Angeles would go and, Venceremos brigades in the 80s and 70s. She didn't read Comrade Navarro's book, obviously, because Comrade Navarro pointed out that Cuba was founded by conquistadors and it was 60% European, and despite that, they overthrew capitalism. And so, ententes like that hate the native working class population of America, although, let's be real, 200 years of European garbage imported to America, it's very difficult. Plus, these ferocious, murdering, lying, thieving capitalists, all I can say is I hope, the masses finally snap and put them up on a lamppost in the next 10 years, including all the filth in Chicago. I'm having to deal with, like, the Illinois tax police now because, probably these whores like Jamie Rhee or Patricia Flynn or who's the other one, Dickie Daly, they don't like me saying that they need to go up on a lamppost. But they do, they're freaks. So, and thankfully your freak town, Los Angeles, it's one of the freakish, human trafficking, the cartel. Oh my God. Oh, they're brown. I guess it must be okay, right? So, but let's tell a story about the life of the Jewish nation, but let's center it around Nazis. You freaks are getting what you deserve. So, bye-bye. It's real cold here. No fires here. Yeah, lots of snow. So, yeah, winter wonderland. Happy New Year.